Hello? Now, I know what some of you are thinking, and no, I'm not that prick from 2.5 Men. Now, I said that the last time I was here, and it got a big laugh. But at the break, an American came up to me at the bar and went, "Do you know, you do look like that guy from 2.5 Men." I was like, "Yes, I know. That's why I said that. If I didn't, it wouldn't have been funny, would it? If I'd have walked on stage and said, 'I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not that prick from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,' there'd have been a lot of confusion in the room, wouldn't there? Fucking Americans. Do you know what the most American film of all time is? It's Ghostbusters. 3 scientists find proof of life after death. Then they invent a gun so they can shoot it. So a little bit of information you'll need for later on in this set if we get there. You need to know that P. Diddy, for the older people in the room, he's a singer-songwriter from America. P. Diddy, he was recently arrested for sex trafficking, and when they raided his house, they discovered over 1,000 bottles of lube. I'm surprised they caught him. You'd have thought he'd have just slipped away. So, I do a lot of weird gigs. I was recently in a variety show which included a Michael Jackson impersonator. And it didn't take long. Someone shouted out, "Do a spin!" Somebody else shouted, "Do a moonwalk!" And then my mate Ben shouted to the Michael Jackson impersonator, "Fuck a child!" Funniest thing he's ever done. But there is something very wrong with the English sense of humour, because we tend to find paedophilia funny. Every celebrity from my childhood that turned out to be a wrong-un, I learned about in a meme. I guarantee you tomorrow, if Jamie Oliver, hypothetically for legal reasons, if Jamie Oliver turned out to be a bit of a nonce, within 5 minutes I'd get a WhatsApp message, "So that's why he's so obsessed with school dinners. Doesn't like them chubby." I'll tell you who the best celebrity who could turn out to be a pedo would be. For comedy purposes. Arnold Schwarzenegger. If Arnie turned out to be a gigantic kiddie fiddler, imagine the fun we would all have. "Who is your daddy?" The jokes practically write themselves. The man was in a movie called Predator. Just got to Photoshop the poster and add in Philip Schofield. Too soon. Oh. So I like NFL, American football. That's my sport of choice. And during COVID, when they couldn't let the fans in the stadium, they put out cardboard cutouts and you could upload your picture and they print it on it. And for the first week, it was genuinely quite nice. Lots of smiling, happy American families. And then the English found out about it. Week 2, it was a sea of Fred West, Gary Glitters and Prince Andrews. And about 500 Jimmy Saviles. Speaking of Prince Andrew, who do you think would win in a fight? Prince Andrew or P. Diddy? One man can't sweat, the other covered in lube. I fucking can't stand Prince Andrew. I can't believe they put him in the front row at the coronation. And did you see how many guards with swords and spears they had to put between him and the choir children? So how fucking powerful is he? So, yeah, I'm from Harrow, northwest London, zone 5. Ladies. I've got a flat with a balcony. It looks out over a paradise of fried chicken shops and police tape. And I've recently bought a fake owl for my balcony to scare the pigeons away. And it's worked so well that I'm now thinking, to keep the kids away from my car in the car park, of installing a fake Hugh Edwards. There is a theme to this set. Can you guess what it is yet? Now then. But there's a big argument in my building at the moment. Should we allow the children from the building to play football in the car park? And I can see both sides of the argument. I mean, obviously I don't want my car hit by a football. But on the other hand, I think it'd be quite nice to see some of the children from the building get run over. This is so much better than a Zoom gig. I don't know if anybody did any of those during the lockdowns. It was more like an anger management workshop. I was on one of them, and a guy said, "Knock, knock," and someone shouted back out of the Zoom, "Fuck off, we're not opening the door."